Oh, well, fuck me.
This made it even more
drop
ridiculous.
my fucking hand down my pants and wank off right now.
The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
Who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay.
Right, first thing I want to do is put a call through to... Actually, as we're coming in, I'll put a call through and get to Tiala.
Yes.
Well, the first thing you're going to have to do, you realise, is go through the registrations and submissions and claims on the ship.
I know the procedures.
While that's happening, I'm going to want Tess over here, if you can arrange that.
Yes, just when you're finished with it, we need to do that job on the ship.
Yes, of course.
Right. I'll see you on this signal.
Next thing I'm going to do, just like as we're coasting in, is I'm going to call up Dr. Severa's office and ask to make a rush appointment within the next sort of hour.
Dr. Severa's office.
Looking Centurion military.
Low game. How are things?
Is this actually her? Need to speak with you. I need an appointment sometime today. If
Of
you
course you do.
manage it.
You're a very damaged individual.
I might actually be.
My colleague is wanting to speak with you too.
That was going to be my next call.
Oh, shall I tell her you're back on station?
Yes.
Okay. I shall do that. When would you like to meet?
How soon can you do it? I realize you're a busy person.
Have an opening at
don't know the current time.
1500 hours.
What's the time now?
It's 1306 local time.
Should be able to make that. Good. That gives me like 2 hours to squeeze something else in.
Very good.
Thank you. And Sergeant. Sergeant or Captain Dent here, who do I usually call for that? Oh, Dallin.
Yeah.
We route all our
Dallin,
calls
if you
through
want to
Dallin
have an
India.
actual
Meeting.
meeting, and yes.
We usually route our unsecured calls through him anyway.
So yeah.
Beep.
This one greets you, Commander Centurious.
How did you even know it was me?
This one can see where the transmission is coming from.
That's good. Well, yeah, I need to set up a meeting with either the captain or the sergeant or both at the earliest possible, soonest.
This one will be able to arrange that as soon as you are completely docked, and
I
this
actually
one can
believe
get
the
his,
ship is snugging into the docking cell as we speak.
and this one can get his Drell compatriot back.
She's on the other ship.
Oh, how far away will she be?
I actually think they got here before. They're probably already docked.
This one will see what he can do.
Well, for Blamed, then I need to go.
You would have been slightly ahead of him.
Have you got the guys, or you've still got the guys in your ship, haven't you?
Yes!
And I've still got.
I still have him too.
Yeah, and I've still
Looking
got
after the guy.
the other one's still on my ship.
Do we still have Nazina?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want him in boxer shorts and turned over to you know who. You know this.
Yes, I know.
So you'll have to keep him in the pod for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's currently gassed.
Yes.
And gassed. I need to go back to Omega and buy more of that.
So I'll. Yeah. No, we got that from here, didn't we? Come over and yes.
You got that from Omega.
Was it, I thought there was the.
You could have got all your gas from Omega.
Particularly
Unless you're talking about fuel. Fuel is you got from here, but
Right, so once we're docked, I'll say to
Ator?
Ator, thank you.
You forgot Ator!
I finished work this morning. So Ator, you just shut the ship down, clean up, and wait here for a bit. I need to go and get a few things sorted. I'll be back. Just make sure that Krogan stays where the Krogan stays.
I will not let him out of the tube, Major Diabo.
So you say leave him there, shut down the ship, clean it up, and I'll head out to the dockmaster.
Straight to the dockmaster? Okay.
Yeah, I can
Well,
send
just-
it to the GY.
Normally, Tess is around there,
Around the docks, yeah.
Yeah.
You can-
but she should be just about at the door by the time I get there.
But we're docking. She'll be like all around the place.
So I'm hoping to bump into her on the way through. So yeah,
Let's see how lucky you are.
She's very lucky.
Sure.
hey Tess.
Hi, Tiala.
Hey, before you start on airship, Logan would like you to go over and see him on. Get with the docking port.
With the ship,
the Malkavian?
with
The
the latest name.
Malkavian. We may have picked up another ship.
So, par for the course. Okay, I'll just hook up this fueling line and get you guys topped up and then go straight there, okay? Bye.
I'll head to the
The dockmaster.
yeah.
Welcome to our station.
Hey,
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Gus!
how's it going? Sorry.
Let me guess, you got another ship.
Yes, the Malkavian. Logan just brought it in. If we could have paperwork there.
This won't take long.
He's already got one filled out with all the with our names in it, with just the ship registry
He's waiting for the
and the details
No,
filled in.
but basically on the future equivalent of a desktop, there's a thing right there, so I just go, there we go.
Loitering is a crime, punishable by
This is a guy who's like, this is happening a lot. I need to make my life easier because my life isn't easy
Yeah.
enough.
Thank you. If any issues, just contact me or Logan.
Of course, we'll send an inspection team as soon as you guys is ready. So just let me know when you're done with the ship, and then we can send them on. You probably got some cargo or something you want to get off there, or
There's some cargo, yes, that needs to be removed.
Yeah, it's kind of good to get a beat on what is actually going to be staying on the ship and what you guys are going to be taking for yourselves. So, remove anything you don't want, and then I can give you a proper evaluation.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'll call up Logan.
Yeah.
When there's trouble in the town and something's going down, who have you just called?
Ship David Armor's on there.
I've sent Tiff over towards you. The paperwork's been sorted. As soon as the furniture's called Dockmaster, we'll continue on procedure. I'll give our friend a call now and see if she'll pick up our friend.
I have a meeting with them. I'll just inform them that.
We'll give us ship until we've got to join this meeting.
I'll handle that. It's just really more of a formality than anything.
Well, until he's removed from their ship, I'll wait.
Okay. Fair enough, son. Good luck, cook out.
Back to the ship now.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I have to guard the dudes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Just meant, like... Because they're awfully prone to killing themselves.
Well, you've removed their teeth.
I've removed their teeth, but like...
I don't know if you removed the teeth of the one that's already dead. I'm guessing not.
Why bother?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, well, back to Logan then, because he's got to do...
Xena.
Yes?
With regards to all your assistance and various things, I think the fee for your services comes down to about 14,000.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you very much.
But if you want to knock another, 8,000 off that, there's something I'd like you to do. You mentioned improving our virtual intelligence on the Sentinel.
I did indeed.
Now, what I have to understand here is, what is the... And I know you're going to say no risk, but really, what is the risk of them turning all... No one's around? Gethy.
No, she doesn't really do that.
No, of course not.
0%.
So, what I'm saying is...
Rounded down. I mean, there's always that chance.
No, actually, there isn't.
I mean, there always is.
No,
just that very minute, slim chance.
So the only way there'd be a chance is if a piece of hardware known as a blue box is involved.
Well, yes, that could happen. I mean, there's no guarantee that won't happen.
So you're saying in order to improve it, you need to attach a blue box?
I'm not saying I need to do that, but I'm just saying somebody else might.
Okay.
There's always the chance.
Assume no blue boxes are involved, and they're not.
Okay.
That's a condition.
Uh-huh.
What are the actual odds?
0.
Okay, good. Rounded down?
Of course.
Good.
And up.
Fair enough. Now, what I need to know is we're not going to end up in another one of these situations where it's like, Logain, help, it's me, Tiala, our ship's turned against us.
No, that's silly.
I also need to make sure that it's not going to be too helpful to people it's not supposed to help. Right now I have a startlingly large number of security procedures set up, making sure that only I and Tiala can actually do anything on the ship.
Well, I can upgrade it without interfering with its current, how shall I say, favoritism.
Pussy. And you can deposit the remainder of the credits into usual.
Of course. This will take a few hours.
I believe we have exactly a few hours.
Okay.
Tess will be working on there as well, just so you know.
Oh?
Little blue ball of grease that maintains our ship and engine.
Nasari.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. Oh wait, she'll be coming over here first, so that may or may not happen.
Okay.
Ship.
Yes, Logan.
I'm sending over the Xena Sana to implement some augmentations to your VI structure to improve your effectiveness and utility.
Oh, thank you very much, Logan.
In order to do that, she's probably going to need authorization to get into the ship, move around in the ship, and access various areas. That authorization is hereby given for the period of 8 hours.
Complete control?
Call me if it goes up to executive, and I'll authorize on an as-needed basis.
Very well.
However, also please keep a redundant grandfather, father, son log of everything she does.
Very well.
Because I will need to know. To back up yourself. If anything concerns you, feel free to buzz me. Okay now. Right, okay, see Crane.
These darn dudes.
Kane! I trust they have not been misbehaving.
No, well, we got rid of the teeth, but sometimes they still find a way to kill themselves in captivity when they're that eager.
Yes, death finds a way.
Where is it? Search!
20. Not now.
One of them's got like a small knife in its boot. Apart from that, there's nothing really in their boots.
Okay, turn off the Omni tool. If it hasn't already been.
And the one that had the knife in its boot was the
Wait.
kid one.
The Omni tool.
Yeah.
Access the Omni tool. Is there, like, in search it for, like, what's on it?
Not much. It's basically just a bunch of tools, basically, for maintenance for a ship.
No, like, data. Like, where was the maintenance performed? Secret Void Wraith base in the...
No.
Yeah. Off. Just checking. So, I mean, soon you are going to be asked questions, so I thought I'd ask you in a more polite manner. Where were you taking the ship? And don't say, to our base! Because I know that.
I was going to say that.
I mean, specifically, where is the base? Where is the base? When will the base drop?
Checked your bay number. Check again.
I'm asking nicely. See how nice I'm being? You should have seen the last guy ask something.
Oh?
Yeah, his suit... Just text message and easy. By the way, you need to repair that Krogan armor you destroyed. That was ours.
But that was fun.
Yeah, and now you're going to pay for that fun. I'm not having damaged Krogan armor. No, it drops the value and diminishes its utility.
She just needs to replace the face
The faceplate, yeah. So... And also other information that might be nice, like Captain Atta's vacation home is in the cluster. Fill in the blank. They're playing strong and silent. And you know what? I'm fine with that. They can stay silent, because I know who's asking the questions next. I know someone who can read minds. Literally. It's not pleasant, I understand. I mean, the process involved, I understand, leaves people a vegetable. If you go too deep, which might happen.
He's just bluffing, don't listen to him, he's trying to scare you.
No, I mean, you can just not listen to me. No, I'm serious. I'm stopping asking now, and I'm leaving.
Good.
Should have told me while you could. Bye. So I'm going to hit the Delans.
Logan, what are we meant to do with these?
Oh, guard them until CSEC comes to get them.
Okay.
Because, you know... See, just really got to turn over to CSEC. I was hoping they'd believe that. It's worked before.
You're hearing to Dell.
So I'll let them know to come and then you're free to do whatever it is you do for a little bit.
Gianna? You doing anything else?
No, as I say, until the
Oh, sorry, I have to stay there
until.
until Tess arrives.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait for her outside the ship.
She's not far off. I
So
mean,
then, I'll just
Well, I
come
say,
back to me.
until the Krogan's off the ship, I'll
Okay.
be just...
Which doesn't happen until I talk to the
Exactly.
boss.
hi.
Hi, Tess. There's a destroyed Navicomp and computer in there. I don't suppose you'd be able to source replacement bits for it.
They could probably get you a new one. I'd have to take a look at it. I might be able to just replace some
Well, let's
parts.
have a quick look while we're here.
Okay.
While I'm still here.
One-way access is a crime. Don't risk
How was the mission?
Eh.
Wait, no, you were at the funeral.
Yes, it turned into a mission. Hence the ship.
Yeah.
Uh,
See, that's
some-
why I
some-
said how was the mission.
Some bad
because-
people, so some bad robots happened, and we went down to save Xena, who is now installing some upgrades on our ship, by the way, so don't surprised if she's there.
Uh-huh.
And while that was happening, bad people stole Hirokin's body.
Oh no!
But we didn't get it back because it was on Omega and try finding anything there. But we did get this ship.
Yeah, that's why I said how was the mission.
Oh,
because
try
you
to
came
ignore
back
the
with a
guys
ship.
tied up on the floor. They're just waiting their secret mind probe interrogation.
Hi.
What, they're just going to ignore that?
They just look at each other with this. What the hell? Oh boy, somebody made a real mess of this thing.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Well, no, because you probably wanted to get information out of it.
You understand so well. So what do you think? Could we replace this super cheap, super quick?
This thing's screwed.
Yeah, that's why it needs replacing.
Yeah, it needs a complete replacement. I can't just use parts here.
Oh. So that's not going to be a cheap, easy thing to do, huh? Okay, well, then in that case, can you just go in here, reset the ship's VI and systems to default, scrub what little information is left in it. I want it like factory new, like completely blanked.
Okay.
I don't like selling people our technologies.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a lot to ask of you, but
Do you want a quote first on the nav computer? Because there's a chance that you might. How shall I put this?
I'm looking to increase the
you're trying to
sale
sell it,
value.
right? Yeah, it might cost more than you get for the difference. If you know what I mean, you might be able to sell it for more.
Do that. I trust your instincts. Give me
Okay.
a quote. And we're going to need the name Sentinel painted off the ship or scrubbed off the ship too. That almost caused a massive problem.
Okay.
In the paint.
You should get dynamic hull plating.
Not right now. Go on.
Well, it's not cheap, but
I know, but this is like a thing that's available to non-military vessels now.
Well,
Because I have Special Secret Service
there are
access.
certain, factions that are allowed to have it,
I only
like
think
Spectres,
that's never
but
gonna
it's
happen.
not cheap. And yeah, you might, unless somebody can, like Bitey can authorize it somehow.
I might be able to swing it, but I don't think we have the resources right now. We have to buy a bunch of skill plexuses, as it turns out. As out of character. Don't synthesize that.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time. I have to get going. Go see the sergeant.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, because you won't be at the meeting, Tiala and I are the only people in the organization of the Sidewinders who know about the sergeant and the captain and who you work for and that, and we'd like to keep it that way.
Okay.
Secret. I'll leave.
So you'll start squirreling around them.
Okay. Now I can go. Right, I'm gonna go get that thing. Sorry about that. Leave. Elevator.
Round 8 of the ABL came to a conclusion this week, with the opening week's game being the only table shifter of the week. Everybody knew it was going to be a close match between the Citadel Cheetahs and the Thessian Thunderbirds, but the hometown advantage wasn't enough for the catch from the Galactic Capital, and Thessia took third position on the league table from them by 13 points.
Yes!
It was no surprise when the Asteria Cougars beat the Oryx on their home turf of the Sade, though the home team put up a better fight than some thought. Top of the table, Ilium dealt a crushing blow to the Swallows from Sanvers, to nobody's surprise on Thursday, while an admittedly close match between the bottom of the league Luzi and Navos teams once again saw the Vixens facing defeat by only a single point, putting them at 8 straight losses and not a single victory this season. Navos lose their next 2 games. They will have lost more times in a row than any other team since the Besaid-Oryx famous losing streak in 2157.
We have to bring that up every time.
And all bets are that they probably will, going up against the dominant Sirens late next week before facing the advancing Thunderbirds from the Asari capital only 4 days later in early round 10.
He is biased against the Oryx. Also facts. Facts are biased against him too. What a jip. Wait, what was the score between them? I can't ask it, it's not Navina. Walk on down to Dellen's.
Shh. This one was about to say, there is a doorbell.
Found it. Is it good? Is it good?
This one has not received his Drell assistant back yet.
She should be here. We docked, 10 minutes ago?
Behind you.
Wait. When it appears! Stepping aside.
Hi.
So now he can see that she's there.
Hello, Della. This one, actually, this one has a task for you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how can I help?
I need a meeting with Blighty or the captain and the sergeant or one of them.
I will get right on that.
Thank you. Do you mind if I wait here?
Please. Would you like refreshments?
I just saw about as much water as I ever want to see.
Please, right this way.
You know, on Kaje they have these little speakers that just constantly talk about the Enkindlers all the damn time.
This one hates those.
And the elevator? Do you have any songs in the top 20 that aren't Enkindler based?
Why do you think this one left? This one could not stand that phony baloney nonsense.
Your cover must get really hard sometimes.
This one thinks it's bad enough when Kanikia goes on about it.
Oh, true believer, huh?
Disappointingly so. She is good at her job, though.
So, since she's off arranging this, I'll just remind you that because of, and especially reinforced by very recent security actions, the Sidewinders group has divided itself into, shall we say, tiers of access, restricting to the lower, newer members knowledge of certain operational guidelines, such as yourself and the captain and the sergeant.
This one understands.
So as far as anyone's concerned, you guys are just friends of Tiala and myself. Not even really close friends, just sort of, that. I like to discuss religion with you occasionally, as a part of the cover. We don't intend for them...
This one looks forward to abusing this.
Yeah, it is open to that, I suppose, and God knows we've earned it.
Come, my son. This one will guide you in the ways of the Enkindlers.
Enkindled this.
Thank you.
That doesn't really work, huh? I need to get human hands.
Take a seat.
So yeah, that basically just Tiala and myself will be in access, so no one else knows, and we'd like to keep it that way until they've been promoted a bit higher.
May this one inquire as to what these recent events were.
So it turns out Zarbon, I call him that. Turns out Zarbon, complete traitor, worked for the Void Ray full time. Had we told him, had we not just as he joined up, instituted these levels of secrecy, he would... So.
Hey, Roy, how's it going?
Of course it's Roy.
Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah, no problem. Alright, cheers for that, Roy. Sorry.
Is this going to happen every
No,
time?
no, that was just entertaining for about half a minute for us.
Oh, ideally not.
So, where was I in the middle of?
You were telling him about we
Yes.
were in the middle.
Had we not instituted that, then he, and therefore the Void Wraith, would have known all about the whole setup.
They probably would have somehow leaked it to the public, discrediting CSEC.
Or they would have informed various mafioso criminal organizations about the CSEC contacts. And that could be leverage for the criminal underground use. So, hence, security. So, that's what this meeting's all about, is to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Very good. So this one takes it you wish him to attend the meeting?
Well, if you want, I'm basically just going to be telling them the same things.
Very well.
You're always welcome, of course. But you're not with the Void, though.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So about 5 minutes later, the sergeant shows up.
Good afternoon.
Hello, gang.
I will take up as little of your time as possible.
Good. I have lots of paperwork to do.
Yeah, you might have almost had more, if it were not for my foresight.
Go on.
As you're aware, since the Sidewinders have diversified out of the initial founding group, we instituted some levels of security, as in secrecy.
Yes.
So that only Tiala and myself, and well, I suppose Ator, know of the links between us, Dellen, yourself, and the captain.
Of course.
That is formalized, and for good reason. You know that Krogan, Zargon?
Yes.
Traitor.
Interesting.
Had we told him, then the Void Wraith would know.
Not necessarily. I mean, if I'd met him, I would have probably found out.
This is another thing I wanted to discuss, particularly with you. So, at some point we're going to probably get a new member or two, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of afro-having Solarian Kung Fu ninja. Or, like a...
What is an afro?
It's a piece of technical equipment that helps you maintain starships. Or a slang word for that. But anyway, an assisted feedback range optimizer. I don't really know. It's technical, but anyway. Lies.
And she already knows this.
Yeah. She doesn't trust me. Fuck.
I assume there's a point to this?
Yeah, like some means of having you meet them without introducing you to the group, for example.
I see.
I'm sure we could arrange it on a case-by-case basis, but that was pretty much everything I wanted to go over with you. Also, I was thinking about information sources and how we kind of don't really have any formalized ones, so I'd like to bring in a few people with diversified information sources as sort of like an informational council. And I was kind of thinking of asking your opinion on a certain reporter who seems to be a little bit more above board than
Mr. Rita? Yes, the one I helped set you up with, so to speak?
Yeah, what are your opinions on that?
I am not sure I would... How much information were you wanting to give her?
Pretty much everything except, of course, the setup here. Obviously, it would be... This is usually what reporters want in exchange for information. She will have a lot of access to certain things that never make the news, one, and two, could be useful to us. We already kind of have a sort of informal relationship now, but there's a lot of lying going on. And I'm not really good at lying.
Really?
You don't count. You cheat.
Uh-huh.
Stupid know you're lying all the time vision powers.
Give me a day or two to
think it over,
No, to do
dig
some...
deeply into... Anyway, regarding to the ship back, there's a couple of prisoners you might want to, you know...
Yes, I was going to bring that up. I heard something about those on the...
That we've got two who I'm really certain know where a Void Wraith base is.
Uh-huh.
But they don't want to tell me because I asked nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Zargon, who I'm sure knows way more than he's telling us, even though I almost vacuum exposured him in an airlock.
Krogans are easy. I
And
suppose you need
there's a
me to
Krogan.
send-
There's a Krogan is on our ship, and the two guys and a body is on the ship we just brought in called the Malkavian.
Very well. I will send some men to collect them.
Burn.
Actually, I will go to get the Krogan myself.
That's good. That's good.
Anything else?
Just pass this necessary information along to the captain.
Of course I will.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm done taking up your time. Unless
Good.
there's anything I need to know.
No.
She also got the message they sent.
No.
Oh yeah, the other thing. Sorry, I forgot about that. Gold. You might want to confirm this when dealing with Zarbon, but he probably was drugged into doing what he did, and probably might need to have his name cleared. Just saying.
I will look into it.
Right. Delminder. Sergeant.
The gang.
Chief! And then after a bit I'll go... McLeod. And leave.